Hello everyone. Oh, that's annoying. I can already tell this is not going to work. That doesn't look like I thought it was going to. Am I lagging? Alright, well I don't like to look at this at all. It looks a lot better on my computer than it does on YouTube. Oh well. William says, I have a betta of 7 years. Awesome. Dictator of God says, please post more tank videos. I can't get enough of your content. I can't do more than one a day. You need a second camera for my puppy? I'm catching up on Final Fantasy. Nice Crips. Carlos says, what's the best way to cycle a tank from scratch, assuming I have no media to jumpstart the process? I don't know about the best way, but I would just probably buy some minnows and throw them in there. I'd probably get a couple white cloud minnows and throw them in there. They're super tough. They'll survive a cycle. What tank is that? This is my tank. This is a pretty old video though. The crypts are a little bit bigger now. Kayla says, secret to growing your crypt like that? Patience. Michael says, the word of the day is moist. Yeah, I don't think I like the chat like this. I liked it better before. Although it might be easier to read like this. Brian Corcoran's Aquatics is here. Good to see you, Brian. Parker says, are you ever going to keep turtles? I'm sure eventually in my life I will have a turtle. Oh, you really wanted to know that. Favorite LFS alternative to PFS? I have no idea what you're talking about. LFS to me means local fish store. Oh my god, the chat moves so fast. Yeah, but you can stop the chat on your end. You don't have to watch the chat on the video. Hey Bob, happy Monday. Happy Monday to you too, Jamie. Thanks for stopping by. Dank Tank says can't find it anywhere. Pool filter sand. The only place I know of around me is Ace Hardware. So, I don't know. Michael's Fish Room, no new videos. Didn't he just have a video on Friday? Matt says, is there a way to keep small turtles with fish? Yeah, certainly. A lot of people do it. I think it just depends on the turtle. I'm certainly not a turtle expert, though, but I know people do it. Shelby Rhodes says, fish are swimming vertically. What do I do? I would start off with a big water change. KG Cichlids is here. What's going on, buddy? Bob, send some crypts to Kayla. We need to help her. We need to help get her addicted to plants. Yeah, plants are awesome. Especially crypts. They're so easy. Ooh, loot got deleted. I gotta look. If the first video is cringy, why would I promote a cringy video? If you're asking for shoutouts, I generally won't do them unless I actually watch your channel. I'm not saying I won't watch your channel, but You need more than one video. Wicked Cichlid. I really like that name. I saw that the other day somewheres. Charles Fish Tank, Bob, everyone. Can't stay right now. Have a bunch of work to do. I'm loving plants now. Yeah, plants are awesome. Oh, to you it's cringe. It's cringy. Yeah, most of my videos are cringy to me. So, all right, I'll watch it first, later, and then decide. But you're already getting a ton of promotion just by me talking about it. Burning Fire says first at $2 Australian. It's pretty neat, going right to the Peru fund. Alejandro says, need your advice. My guppies keep dying from fin rot. What do you use to cure? You're probably going to need to start doing a lot of water changes and keeping your water really clean. Possibly salt. But normally fin rot, you just need clean water. $2 redues. William Brosen says, how do I donate? Well, there should be towards the bottom of the chat a $sign. If you don't have the $sign, then it might not be available to you. Fantastic Fish says, easiest carpeting plant? Probably micro sword. Hendrix Lawn Service, $2 donation. If you need your lawn service, call Hendrix Lawn Service. Josh's Aquatics said Sagittaria low light will usually not, well, Sagittaria will grow in low light. It just takes forever, in my experience. Gotta go eat dinner. See you guys later. Will you be streaming in an hour or so? Yeah, I'll be putting in at least an hour and a half here, Flynn. Especially since I missed Saturday. I miss everyone. Wicked Cichlid says, what's your favorite fish of all time? Mine has to be the Nimbochromis venustus, which is an awesome cichlid. I don't think I could pick a favorite fish. That would be too hard. 2 bones, yep. Big J Aquatics says, Steenfott, I nominated you for a challenge. You have to go to my channel and check it out later. I'm not doing any more challenges right now. Maybe at the end of the month. But this challenge I'm on right now is pretty gruesome. Michael's, oh, that's why I don't see you, Michael, because you're never on here anymore and you got taken off. Now you're back. Michael's Fish Room says, what are the donations for? Well, Michael, the donations are for my Peru expedition. And because people are just awesome, I guess. Bob, are you going to Lup Diesel with Corey and Lucas? No, it was too last minute notice for me. They planned that like a week and a half ago, and I couldn't do it. But I'll see them all in Chicago. Parker says, got $5 from Sashimi here. President. What are the donations for? Blah, 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 blah. What fish do you recommend to keep in a 75-gallon tank? I would say Cyprichromis or rainbow fish. That's my standard answer, no matter what fish or what aquarium you ask. Hola, amigo. Hola. Erythromycin worked well for fin rot in one of my black neons. Yep. Erythromycin will work, but that's also like 80% salt, so you could probably just got away with salt. Any suggestions on a surface skimmer for a 125-gallon tank? I've never looked into it, so I'm not sure, to be honest. I know you can find like generic ones on eBay. Maybe look on eBay. This week I'm switching my 10-gallon Gourami tank to a Nano Reef. Ooh, that'll be exciting, William. I'll be setting up a saltwater tank here soon. Aqua Scott. Hey, Bob. Hey, everyone. Hey, Aqua Scott. Oh, man. Wait. Bob for president. I feel I do a pretty good job. Bob, can you ship me some Cyprichromis to go with my multis? Nope, I'm not selling any Cyprichromis. What's up, Shishimi? Josh Aquatics says, can coolie loaches eat flake food? I would imagine, because I've seen fish stores feed flakes to tanks with only coolie loaches in them. But I've never kept coolie loaches, so don't hold me to that. Mr. Fish says, why do you keep cichlids if you have perfect water for Amazon fish? Because I like them. I like all fish. I'm having green spot algae problems. I hear it can be caused by low phosphates. What has it in it? What has phosphates? I don't know. Can you get Seachem where you're at? Seachem brand has like phosphate you can add to it. You can buy the powdered form, which is what I do, but again, I don't know where you could get that. But I would look up dry fertilizers. Now Sashimi will have to stream after Bob to get that $5 back. Oh, why are you talking about the 240? When is the Peru trip? Next year, my friend. Next year. iPhones don't give the donation option. No. One more reason never to buy an Apple product. Okay, I've shared and even had time to leave better reminders today. Now I'm happy. I hate having to leave quick reminders in Facebook groups as short and anxious. Well, it's good to have you here until your phone dies. Aquarium Co-op says, what fish can I add to my 10-gallon? I'd put an arowana. Oh, crap. Where is that at? Oh, Michael's blue again. Everything is right in the world. Okay, quick question. Will 2 to 3 dwarf gourami and a male betta fish work out? That's probably not something I would do. David says, can you keep harlequin tetras? I'm gonna have to look that up. But I would say you probably can, as long as your shrimp have lots of... Oh, harlequin rasboras. Yes, absolutely. I'm having trouble with my carbensis not eating guppy fry. She'll swim right through the horde of fry and not snag one. I would stop feeding it any other food. Once it gets hungry enough, it'll probably eat them. Is that a real tank behind you? It looked like green screen. It is definitely green screen, Wicked Cichlid. Ken says, would you ever keep a crayfish? They're all illegal where I'm at. So unless I go pull one out of a lake, which is also illegal, probably not. I have kept them in the past before I knew that they were illegal, though. Anthony says, Aquarium Co-op, get 3 to 4 Oscars for that 10-gallon tank. Just ask any fish store owner. And you might as well throw in a common pleco or 2 in there as well. Since the Aquatics says, hey, Corey, heard you're coming in close to my neck of the woods. Yeah, he's going to be all over the place this year. Aquarium Co-op, 2 Oscars. I just bought my first CO2 setup, and I'm going to be setting my first high-tech 10-gallon shrimp aquascape. Can you tell me everything I should know about setting up a CO2 tank, what to do, what not to do? I would search on YouTube for that, because that's too much. That's too much information. What's the cheapest, coolest pleco? Clown pleco, butterfly pleco. Obviously, bristlenose plecos are cool. Rubber lip pleco. All those should be under $15 though. Unless you're buying adults, of course. Dank Tank says, would a 4-foot dual bulb T5 HO on a 33-gallon long be considered highlight? Yeah. I would think so. Or something. Yeah, Dictator of God, sorry. That's like a whole video in and of itself. That would be like a whole live stream dedicated to that. Is the Big Steen discount still working? It sure is. That's all I have it scrolling across the top. So far, there is no expiration date. Wicked cichlid flakes or pellets? Depends. What am I feeding? I guess I should talk about that. Anyone, if you want to go to aquariumcoop.com, enter Big Steen and get 10% off everything. And free shipping over $100, I think. Hopefully still. Order CChem online. Yep. I would, if you just need phosphates, I would look into dry fertilizers. It's gonna be way cheaper. KP Aquarium says, hey, can bristlenose hang with African cichlids? Yes, I keep a pair. Well, probably not bigger African cichlids, but I keep a pair in one of my 75-gallon African tanks, and they breed all day, every day. Hey Bob, I was having major issues with algae. I ran out of spirulina flakes and started feeding omega-1 flakes. The algae is gone. Have you ever heard of spirulina flakes causing algae? It's probably just really dirty food, and that's probably what's giving you the problem. Susan for SLC Aquatics. What does SLC stand for, Susan? I've always been curious. I got an Asian pleco, $90. Not sure what that is, but all plecos are cool, so congrats. What's a good suggestion? Fish for a 30-gallon tank? Rainbow fish. It's going to be my standard answer. James says, I have 150-gallon. Any suggestions? Rainbow fish. Could you breed guppies, mystery snails, and cherry shrimp in the same tank? I bet you could. Salt Lake City, would you use sinking pellets or algae wafers for bottom feeders? It's pretty much the same thing, right? I mean, if you're sinking pellets or algae pellets, there's really no difference. I would feed whatever's cheaper. Big Joe's Fish Room, do you make a dry fertilizer good as aquarium? I don't make any fertilizer. Oh, SLC stands for Salt Lake City. Slanderous llama cichlids. So Susan for Salt Lake City Aquatics. So is that like a store? So you're for Salt Lake City Aquatics. Back to the Future Reptiles. I like it. I like the name. Big J, you can see what I did on my channel. How to feed ADF. I said, do they make a fertilizer? Not you making one. I know you don't make that. Oh. Do they make a fertilizer? So do they, whoever they is, make a fertilizer as, I mean, you could do like dry fertilizers that would be as good, but then you're gonna have to do a lot of math and wizardry. Setting up a 125-gallon planted tank. What's a great stocking besides rainbows? Now I'm gonna get those questions. Besides rainbow fish, schooling fish, tetras, denison barbs. Back to the Future Reptiles. Just subscribed. I'm gonna check out your channel right now. Oops. Go to channel. One of my favorite trilogies and one of my favorite animals. Reptiles. Mossy leaf-tailed geckos. I hope you have those, because I used to. I'm gonna subscribe and check that out later. Steenfott, do you have kids? Nope. Bob, when can I get your t-shirt in Canada? You can always get it in Canada. You just have to pay for shipping. Bob, Susan answered your question. Oh, crap. I am not a store, but a fish hobbyist that may grow into a fish store one day. So SLC Aquatics is basically you. I get it now. What is a good suggestion for plants? 30 gallon. There's too many variables there. I don't know what kind of lights you have. I don't know what kind of substrate you have. Yes, Bob, it's me. Hey, I'm just curious because, you know, SLC Aquatics could be like a brand, and you're like promoting the brand, or you know what I mean, right? That makes sense. Like, I don't know, maybe I'm just an idiot. Do you have any history on silver hatchetfish? I had marble hatchetfish. Is that close enough? The males might be older or exhausting themselves chasing females. Bob, SLC Aquatics is her initials. No, it's not. No, it's not short. It's Salt Lake City. That's not her initials. Quick question. Would 2 to 3... Oh, you already asked that? Squeeder? So 2 to 3 dwarf gourami and a male betta would probably work if you had a big enough tank. Do you have a pond or an outdoor aquarium? Nope. Scratch that, mistyped. Dorothy Evans, how you doing? Do you know the difference in Colombian or Peruvian rummy-nosed tetras? You know, I don't. I've always been curious myself. Maybe someone in chat will know. I might have to actually start slowing down chat. How big is the tank behind me? This is a 75-gallon tank. Since the Aquatics, did you ever check out my channel? I don't know. Let me look. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't done any YouTubing at all this month, as far as watching other channels. So I'm way far behind. Way far behind. None of this looks familiar, so I'm gonna say I haven't. But I'll put it on the to-do list. Okay. Let's see if I can find out. Dictator of God, what's the biggest shrimp colony you have had? Definitely cherry shrimp. I probably got at least 1,000 of them right now. You're in Alabama? Someone said it was for Salt Lake City. Dang it. Alright, I guess Short was right. Alright, Short, you were right. I was wrong. I think the difference with rummy-nosed tetras is one has the yellow colored tail and the other has white. There you go. Have you ever kept Native American fish? Yes, I have pygmy sunfish right now. Since the Aquatic says, I hate hatchetfish, they are jumpers. Yep, I lost one to jumping out. What filters do you use in your aquarium? I use primarily sponge filters. I have 2 canister filters and maybe half a dozen hang-on backs, but I probably have 100 sponge filters. Sashimi Whiskey, you never play games on Steam. Steam sucks. Ruben's Aquarium says, it's my first time having live plants. What's a good beginner plant? Anubias. How long does it take to have a fully matured cherry shrimp? I'm not sure I've ever paid attention, David. I love watching my hatchetfish jump. That'd be pretty fun, except they always jump out of the tank, at least when I keep them. Lloyd Parsons says, would you ever do saltwater? Yep. Definitely, I'll be setting one up pretty soon. Okay, looks like I've got all these. Numrock17 says, I've decided to put green sailfin mollies in a 40-gallon I'm setting up soon, but how many should I buy? In a 40-gallon, I'd probably start with a dozen, maybe 10 or 12. Oh. Lloyd says, what's the biggest tank you've ever had? 240 gallons. It's technically not set up, but I still have it. Bob, favorite Libear tequila Goodyear. Not tequila, trout Goodyear. Trout Goodyear. J May says, how was your vacation? Any cool fish stores? Nope, I didn't go to any fish stores. It was just a 6-hour drive there, and I turned around and drove 6 hours back the next day. Not really vacation. Left Saturday, came back Sunday. Man, there was a question on here. Oh, Burning Fire. So, Bob, what is the next fish purchase you are thinking about? A Dumbo-eared plakat. Dumbo-eared plakat. Betta fish. What's the biggest tank? Oh, I already got that one. Got that one. Got that one. What kind of filter would I need for a small outdoor guppy pond? Bobby, I would just use a sponge filter. Tyler's Fish Tank says, what do you think of the Sun canister filters? I have never used them, but a lot of people love them. Bob, what else do you like to do other than fish keeping? I do a lot of hiking. I do a lot of shooting. But that's like my top 3 hobbies right now. Sashimi Whiskey says, I play CS at least once a day, but it's probably CSGO, which is dumb. What's the easiest way to clean canister filter hoses and how often? Oops. Gosh dang it. This is like 2 weeks in a row. Can you keep neon tetras with bettas? Yep. It's like 2 weeks in a row I've had problems with this stupid chat. Big Joe's Fish Room says, I need 3 more subs to hit my 400 mark. Help out Big Joe's Fish Room. Brick Addiction says, so hard to get your question answered. Yep, when you have 100 people talking, it's really hard to see everyone. How old? Big Pedro. How old are the rainbows in your rainbow tank, and how long did it take them to color up? It usually takes them about a year to start coloring up for me, but I don't like overfeed my rainbows. I'm sure you could power feed them and do lots of water changes and get them to grow a lot faster. But for me, usually about a year before they start looking like the ones in my tank. How old they are, I have no idea. Xavier says, hello from Singapore, first time watching your stream. Awesome. Bob, you know, I love being right. Yeah. What's the saying? Even the sun shines on a dog's ass every once in a while? Something like that. Oh, I already got that question, so. How does Steam suck? Because you have to buy digital packs for every single game that ever exists on Steam. I miss the days when you just buy a game and that was it. I guess I'm just too old school. Now you gotta buy a game and then you gotta buy 100 DLCs for it. Bob, when are you gonna ship your shirts to Canada? I feel like you've already asked that a couple times. I said I already shipped to Canada. You just have to pay for shipping. Ben Cheek says, enjoying the stream, making a good Monday. Glad you're enjoying it. Speaking of 33 longs, did you figure out what you're doing with yours? I have no plans for it at all. I tore it down. Right now, there's a bunch of a mono shrimp in it, and it's sitting on the floor in my fish room. So I got to pull the Amano shrimp out and then clean the substrate, and it's probably going to go in the garage for a while. Tamara says tetras are nippy, not a good idea. Well, not all tetras though. Hey Corey, when are you going to Northwest Ohio? Next week? I have Dumbo ears. Keith says, my L40 144 is bred. Now I just have to wait to find out if they're bred true or not. What's your take on dwarf gouramis and long fin gold rams? Well, I've never kept gouramis ever in my life, so that's kind of my take on them. And I've also never kept long fin gold rams either. Honestly, there's no reason I haven't. I like gouramis, I like rams. I don't know that I'd ever get a long fin gold ram, because I feel like the long fins would limit what I could put with it, because they would get nipped. Kayla says, how are the bleeding heart tetras? You'll find out tomorrow. LOL, that skip was real. Yeah, I just skipped through like 100 comments, so that was pretty sweet. Don't y'all have water changes to do? I mean, hello everyone. Okay, Brick says, okay, I don't have a fish room. I would love to only have a 2-gallon and a 10-gallon, but still love fish keeping. Hey, we all start somewhere, right? Omar is getting 30 red shrimp for his 29-gallon tomorrow. That's a good number to start with. Colby says, let's hear about your marble hatchet fish. I don't have them anymore. Do you have a school of them? Nope. What tank size? I had 6 of them in a 75-gallon tank about 2 years ago. So it's been a long time since I've had any. Let's see. There was that Neon Tetra Betta question again. Is there a magic food to make guppy Is there a magic food to make guppy fry grow really fast? Nope, just feed them a lot and do lots of water changes. Off topic, but what's your favorite rifle? Num rocks. That I won't answer on the stream, because then we'll just get going completely different direction. Did my water change before the stream? Yep, I did a couple. Boy Bob says, what is the rarest or most expensive fish you've ever kept? Probably my zebra plecos. I have the same species of archerfish. Yours is in what I guess is fresh. Mine are in brackish. Aqua Pros. Wait, Aqua Pros is here. That's pretty awesome. Bob, I hate to say it, but Steam isn't the problem. I know it's not Steam, Matt, but I don't have that problem with, well, alright, everything's about microtransactions. Gaming sucks now. Would you ever keep Ultim Angels in a huge display tank? Not right now. When are you going to switch to auto water change system? Probably never, unfortunately. Let's go to Peru. Me, you, Corey, Aqua Pros. I think there's going to be quite a few of us going to Peru. What size tank for a puffer fish? Depends on what kind of puffer fish. We could definitely use an Aqua Pro in Peru. Especially a microbiologist. Make sure you get some rummy nose. Burning Fyra, is it more the fact that it is changed? What? Okay, stop scrolling. Is it more the fact that it is changed? Bob thinks they changed something that was not broken. I have no idea what you're talking about. What is the easiest way to clean a canister filter hoses and how often? I have yet to have to clean any of my hoses, but if I had to, I would probably pump like distilled white vinegar through them. Flynn's Fish Forum says, Aqua Pros, your channel is awesome. I can't get over how great your plants look. Yeah, if you haven't seen Aqua Pro's channel, you should go look at his new avatar aquarium. It is ridiculous. No, Bob, games don't suck. It's just you, and don't hurt their feelings. No, microtransactions are the death of games. That ruined it all. That's why Counter-Strike 1.6 is better than Counter-Strike Go, Global Offensive. That's just hardcore fact. Our Julie DeChromis transcriptus gobi, a kind of shelly. Nope, they are a rock dweller. So you just stack a bunch of rocks and they'll make babies all day. Have I ever had 200 neon tetras at once? Nope, but I'm thinking of having 200 bleeding heart tetras at once. How sweet would that be? IFG, Ben Cheek says IFG, which is Inquisitive Fish Guy, made a nice video on cleaning canister filter hoses. There you go. Go to Inquisitive Fish Guy, another good channel. D from Brooklyn says the Avatar set up rocks. Yeah, that one made me a little jealous. Oh, glow lights. What? Glow lights are pretty and are hardier than neons. I don't have too many plants. I can't tell what one of them is, but I also have bamboo. CX makes me nauseous. Yeah, I have a friend who can't play first-person shooters because he has the same problem. He can play them for about 20 minutes. Thanks, Bob, but real talk, how do I invite myself on this trip? You'll have to talk to you have to get a hold of me and Corey, like, off of YouTube. CSGO looks like it's from 2002, isn't it? The engine is from like 1984. I think that's an Atari engine. Is a 10-gallon with 2 freshwater dwarf puffers okay? How many monostrum could I have with them or other fish? Well, your puffers, even though they're dwarf, they might get angry at the fish. They're angry little guys, so a lot of people keep dwarf puffers by themselves. Have you ever bought a flower horn? Nope, never have bought one. I think you already did, Aqua Pros. 200 bleeding hearts, Bob. You are my hero. Right? Wouldn't that be awesome? 200 bleeding heart. Although they get pretty massive. I don't know how that would work. Oh man, skipped all the comments again. There we go. Sweetheart, Tetra, Heart, and Sweet. Okay. Colby, a 15 would be better. Watch for nipped fins. I don't think you'll ever go to an auto. Why? William wants to know why I'll never go to an auto water changing system because I rent, so I can't make modifications to the house. Inquisitive Quish Guy? Yep. Say Inquisitive Fish Guy 10 times really fast. Inquisitive Fish Guy, 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 Inquisitive Fish Guy. What is the fish behind you called? There's Snapper Creek rainbow fry in here, which are kind of these bluish. You kind of see a bluish tinge off of them. There's black neon tetras. There's cherry barbs. Drape fin barb is kind of the one with the yellow fins. There's a bristlenose pleco on the bottom there. And then somewhere in there, oh, there's a pistogramma huskar over this way somewhere. And then there's also a pair of random Guyana species. Do you still get plant melting in your system? If they're new plants, yes. Call of Duty or Battlefield? Oh, I hate the new Battlefield. I hate it. I have a 7-year one-eye glow light tetra. That's pretty awesome. Colby says, who would nip whose fins? I think they're talking about neon tetras and bettas. I'm only... Brick Addiction says, I'm only 88 subs away from 100. Are there even 88 people? Holy crap, there's 170 people here on a Monday night. No wonder the chat's crazy. That's more than I get on Saturday. I've never had a flower horn. I thought Green Machine stopped making videos 9 months ago. A lot of channels are like that. Well, they disappear for a while and then come back. Like Aqua Pros did. What size tank is that there behind you? 75 gallon. What's up? Tropical fish success. Why is my platy attacking my guppies? Platy male, guppies male. He probably doesn't like them. That seems like a kind of a common problem. People have lives on Saturdays. Dank tanks, normally my Saturday stream has twice as many as my Monday stream. Not as many people have lives as you think. I'm one of them. Bob saves me from reality. Sashimi Whiskey, please don't say that. Last time I did, that killed my PC. What? Hit the like button? What do you do with the fish behind you? I watch them and enjoy them. When's Kyle's Wild World videos coming back? Joel, he's already back. So just the 2 puffers with a few Amano shrimp or with an auto or 2. I don't know, man. I can't say that that's a good idea, but you can try. You should try Arma 3. It's great. I think I've heard of this game. Is it for PC? Did Bob talk about the new betta yet? No, nobody's asked about it. Oh yeah, somebody asked what the next fish I'm gonna get is. But I'm going somewhere tomorrow, bright and early, and I'm looking for Dumbo-eared plakat bettas. I'm going to hopefully double the amount of bettas I have in my life. Kyle is back. Yes, hello all new people joining. PC, yes. Arma 3. Holy crap, it's $12. How old is this game? Guys, just click it. Don't hit it. Oh, I see what you're talking about. Ruben, is there only one male platy? Get more and put him in another tank. Do you like... So 1-856-4297-7466-4297 asked, do you like piranhas not in the aquarium? Bob, I can send you a betta, but can you send me a Dumbo ear plakat? That's all I want. Ooh, I gotta keep that tab open because $12. I'll check that game out for $12. I gotta make sure I'm saying this right. I don't know too much about bettas. Dumbo ear. Yep, Dumbo ear plakat betta. Placket. A placket betta. Yeah, look at those ears. I love that. Oh, I was gonna ask Corey, if Corey's still here, if he still has his Dumbo ear guppies or whatever they're called. Piranhas are a tasty fish. Maybe I'll get to try some in Peru. They are best at the zoo. Yeah, they're best in the Amazon. What color betta is your favorite? Well, right now it's my black and silver one that's sitting right next to me. Did you see Jenny's betta? It's adorable. I haven't really watched any YouTube videos this month. That's why I can't wait for this daily challenge to be over. I'm so far behind on everyone's videos. How many betta do you have? I have one betta. One betta fish. Do you like Skyrim? I never played Skyrim. The whole sea chem Fertz line confuses me. Can you give me a rundown? If not, I think that would be a video idea. Well, I don't know that it would be a good idea for Aquarium Co-op to advertise someone else's fertilizers. Especially ones that aren't as good. Oh, here we go. I do have Dumbo-eared guppies, but I think I'm down to just females of that strain. Oh, that sucks. I'm always worried if I tell someone to smash or hit the like button, they will take it literally. I'm Jeremy Wade, Bob River Monsters. Never watched it. Aquarium Co-op says, I have that video already. Yeah, that's true. He does have his planted fish tank video where he goes over the sea chem line. I forgot about that. I'm back. Just had to order Domino's. That makes me hungry. Susan I just ruined that. Anyways, Aquarium Co-op Corey, sorry about the male Dumbo-eared guppy missing, but maybe the girls will have babies. You should just put a random male guppy in there. If we missed your question, ask it again. We will try to get them. Yes, that is true. If someone asks a question over and over and over and I keep missing it, sometimes mods will message me the question. So if I keep missing your question, just keep asking it. Someone in... have I ever tried saltwater, Steen? Yes, I have, and I'm going to do it again, hopefully soon. So, yeah, if you just keep asking your questions, I'll hopefully get to it. I'm not going anywhere anytime soon, but I actually ordered a bag of aragonite sand for my saltwater tank, and I ordered a 20-pound bag because it's just a 14-gallon BioCube, and they sent a 50-pound bag. I don't need 50 pounds, so I did not buy it. So now I gotta wait some more. What tetra would be ideal for a 10-gallon shrimp tank? Well, I would try the Tucana tetra. I think that's what it is. But they're stupid expensive for a tetra. Tucano tetra. Yeah, Tucano tetra. That's what I would try. But I think they're like 12 or 15 bucks each. Any small tetra, as long as you have lots of plants, you should be fine. What's up, Bob? What's up, J&M Fish Room? Gosh dang it, I did it again. That's alright, I know how to find it easily. Right here. Sundays at 10, only on Animal Planet. Thanks, Susan. I'll get more platies. Yeah, thanks, Susan, for answering that question. Papa John's. Papa John's is better than Domino's. Pizza. Papa John's chicken is stupid. Way overpriced. If you had a choice of any color Dumbo ear betta, what color would you pick? Let's Google it. Dumbo ear plakat. Plakat. Hold on, let me get rid of this. Oh, here, all I have to do is this. Do that. Do this. Do this. Any color, huh? This one right here in the middle is pretty cool. This one over here is pretty cool. This blue and black one, it's cool, but not as cool as the others. Oh, that yellow one's pretty weird. I mean, any one of these really. They're all cool. I'm sure I'll have no problems finding one. Okay, anyways. Thoughts on keeping arowanas and cheapest place to buy fish tanks. Cheapest place for fish tanks, the $1 gallon sale, Craigslist, OfferUp, Facebook Marketplace. Thoughts on keeping arowanas? As long as you have a big enough tank, I think they're awesome. I think I'm scared. Aqua Pros. What did I miss? I don't know. I don't see it. Thanks, Susan. Yep, been there, done that. Whose tank is behind you? Sorry if someone... This is my tank. People stopped sending me fish tank backgrounds, so I'm back to using my own. How different is keeping Goodyids than other live bears? I've kept them the same as my guppies with no problems. What's your favorite color? Blue? Maybe? I don't know. Jay says, I'm thinking about getting a Zoomed Lowboy for a planet tank. What light should I get to grow highlight plants? Well, the thing's only 10 inches tall, so you don't need much. Figure if you're going to put in plants, you're going to have, you know, a couple inches of substrate, so your light's going to be like 8 inches away from the plants. So you really don't need much. Tanya says, do you have any skittish fish, and about how long does it take for fish to adjust to new surroundings? I have lots of plants. I just got reed tetras and they are so cute. Some of them never adjust, especially the smaller ones. So unfortunately, they might be skittish until you get something else. You may have to get, I mean, I don't know how much room you have in your tank, but you might have to get something that's not afraid to be out in the open, like some sort of dither fish, and then they'll come out in the open once they see that it's safe. What kind of saltwater fish would you get? That's still being decided on. I don't have a lot of room. I only have a 14 gallon, so. Would you get a half moon betta or a koi betta? Probably half moon. I'm not a fan of koi bettas. I don't know why. Should have gotten Seachem Meridian. It's such a great substrate. Seachem substrate's too expensive. What type of goldfish do you have, Bob? 0 types. I have 0 goldfish. That's another fish I'm going to be looking at tomorrow, but it's got to be pretty dang cool for me to bring it home. Is there a website that sells higher quality rainbows than you can get from Petco or PetSmart? Well, the Westpot Tropical Fish is probably going to have better quality. And then also aquabid.com, depending on the seller, though. That's the problem. Like every once in a while, Gary Lang will sell his rainbows on Aquabid. What kind of additive do you use to put calcium in your water for shrimp and snails? I actually have dry fertilizers and calcium, so I used to use that. But now that I've switched to aragonite substrate, I haven't had to put any additive in. Oh my gosh. What's up with that bird-like looking fish floating around Facebook? I don't know. Bob, does your flatmate think you're a crazy fish guy? No. How do I breed Siamese algae eaters? I have no idea. I've never even thought to look that up. They're so cheap. What is your biggest tank? 240 gallons. Does anyone know when the next time Petco is having their $1 gallon sale? If no one's answered that, it's March 26th. I hate fish splashing. Okay, here's my question. I have 2 extremely pregnant guppies. One dropped 3 fry a few days ago. No more. Now one is swimming funny. Why won't they drop? And is she having a swim bladder issue? Well, if she's having a swim bladder issue, you should be able to know right away. Life with Pets says, hey, Brandon, what is your quest? KP Aquariums, I wouldn't be too worried about it. They'll spit them out eventually. Timothy, we've already answered that question. Keith, you go up to the Planet Saltwater Challenge. What type of fish would you get for your saltwater fish tank? I have no idea yet. Keith, I would, but I'm doing a floating reef aquarium. My SAE are never going to get used to me. Oops. Okay, so a bunch of people talking about salt, gobies. Yeah, that's been thrown out there. Matt says, Bob, I'm bored. Can we talk about something different like Skittles? No, I don't care about Skittles. A Goliath grouper. Those things are pretty gnarly. He said my name wrong. Brendan. You got that right, D. I think everyone that's tried saltwater have started in fresh. Yeah, that's probably pretty accurate. I'm sure there's people that went salt first. Would you contemplate on getting the smaller variety of clownfish? No, David, I don't have any interest in getting a clownfish. I want something that everyone and their brother doesn't have. And I don't want to have to deal with everyone coming over to my house and saying, oh, look, there's Nemo. I don't want a clownfish. What would you consider your prize fish, like the fish you want to get? What would I consider my prize fish, like the fish you want to get, the pinnacle of your hobby? I don't know. There really isn't just one fish. Where's the cheapest place to buy driftwood and holy rock? If you find a cheap place for driftwood, let me know. As far as holy rock, you want to go to like a landscaping company or a rock yard. Mark, my other bettas are looking for the betta that passed away. Come on, Nemos are cool, man. Yeah, they were before the movie came out. Bob, aren't you afraid of your MBU? Or aren't you afraid of your Mabu puffer getting parasites out of the snails? Nope, not afraid at all. Colby had a puffer and shrimp question. Well, I'm gonna have to repeat it because I have no idea where it is. You can copy and paste it though, or message it to me. Our Bleeding Heart Tetra is going into the 240 gallon. Jay, that is the plan right now, so I want to get a few more. Rob Hicks Aquarium says, where do I send you a tank video, Bob? To steenfotaquatics@gmail.com. Have you ever kept angelfish? Yes. And what kinds have you ever kept? And have you ever kept discus? Nope, never kept discus. Don't plan on it. And I have no idea what kind of angelfish I got. They were just yellow and black angelfish that I got for free. And then I gave them away for free. Flynn's Fish Forum. When I revamp my 10-gallon guppy tank, I need to find out the biggest, best guppies out there. But my LFS have nothing. Sounds like you need to make a trip to Aquarium Co-op. Where can I find magic carp? I have no idea. I'm not getting Dory either. Hey, Louise. I saw a lot of Nemos today and Picassos and turtles and puffers. Turtles? Tire troll? I don't know. Black Nemos are pretty cool. Yeah, if I ever got one, it would not be an original. It would definitely be some other color morph. But I doubt I'll ever get one. Tamara says, saltwater is a little intimidating to me, and the fish are usually very sensitive. I don't think that's true. When I was keeping saltwater, they were not sensitive at all. Susan for South Lake City Aquatics. Just kidding. I cannot copy and paste here. Nope. Well, it depends on what you're trying to copy and paste. Joel says, Reef and Live Bear Aquatics, are you in the house? I'm kind of surprised he's not for as long as we've been talking about saltwater fish. Rookie Reefer, the fish are sensitive, but so rewarding. And people make it harder than they seem. Yeah, to me, keeping a saltwater tank was easier than keeping a planet tank for me. Yes, turtles, so amazing, so graceful, flapping their wings. Yep. Can't really keep much in a 14-gallon. Yeah, I don't plan on keeping much. Life with pets. What's a good aquarium light for a 75-gallon planet tank? Well, you're gonna have to do some planning. So it depends. So this tank right behind me is a 75-gallon, but everything in here is low light. So I mean, I just have a shop light on this aquarium. That's it. But you notice there's no carpeting plants because, well, there's some repens on this side, like right here, but it's not growing at all. It's not spreading, and it won't. So it really, it depends on your plants. So figure out what plants you want, and then buy, the light that's going to best suit those plants. Timothy asked again, easiest way to clean a canister filter hoses and how often? I'll answer it one more time. Look up Inquisitive Fish Guy on YouTube and watch his video on cleaning filter hoses. You just have to be super smart about it. Are Corys easy to breed? I haven't tried to breed Corys yet, but from reading about it, they seem pretty easy. And I lost my spot. There we go. Yeah, Colton, to breed Corys, you just need to do water changes and feed them lots and lots of worms. And they should do the rest. Hey Bob, what's the name of the orange fish next to your logo in the background? Or if anyone knows, please help. Like the orange fish all the way on the right, the orange fish on the left. Like all three of these are orange. So I don't know. Maybe that's a little more yellow. Well, the one to the left of the logo is a Bosemani rainbow fish. The one to the right is a Apistogramma cockatoides orange flash. And the one all the way over is a killifish that I can't remember the name of. How reputable would you say aquarium fish is? I've never heard of it. Also, what sites are good for fish? I'm looking for less common species to restock my tank with that are still community safe. I would look at the Wet Spot Tropical Fish. Brendan, Life with Pets, Fluval 2.0. Well, if you're still talking about your 75-gallon, that would definitely be a good start. I'm going to be buying my first Fluval 2.0 here pretty soon, I think, just to try it out. D from Brooklyn, they used to sell freshwater flounders. I remember seeing those in pet stores way back in the day. Life with Pets, low light plants. So the problem you're gonna have with a 75-gallon tank is the depth, like how far from front to back. So the reason the shop light works on this tank is because there's two bulbs, so I get some pretty good spread. If you went with like a Phoenix Stingray, you'd probably want two of them because they're really thin. But if you find an LED that's wider, you might be able to get away with one. Roger says, I have my 125 up for 2 weeks. When should I introduce fish and how many? Roger, as soon as it's done cycling. So you just want to keep testing your water. And as soon as you have no ammonia, no nitrites, then you should be good to go. The golden lyre-tail killie. I knew someone would know it. I knew it was golden something, but I couldn't remember. How do you feel about rinsing sponge filters under regular tap water versus old... Dan Lee, I don't think it's a good idea to rinse it under tap water. In my instance, I have chlorine in my tap water, so it would kill all the beneficial bacteria. Do I think it would kill it that quickly? Well, there's a lot of horror stories online about people killing all their fish from rinsing their filter media with tap water. So I tend to believe it. Okay. Seahorses are difficult. Yeah, I would never try a seahorse. Not anytime soon. Data to support. Well, chlorine kills beneficial bacteria. I mean, if you don't have chlorine or fluoride in your water, you're probably okay. We have bull route in our creeks over here. They are freshwater stonefish. Have you seen them in the States? It sounds like something I need to Google. Bull route fish. That thing's pretty sweet looking. I definitely don't have that in my state, I can tell you that much. That's a pretty funny looking fish. Dan, old water. Yeah, I rinse my sponges with tap all the time. Susan says, calling it a night, 10 p.m. See you tomorrow if you can make it. Let's see. Yeah, Susan for SLC Aquatics is live streaming, so definitely check out her channel. I rinse my sponges in a bucket of clean water treated with Prime. Yeah, that would probably work. Well, obviously, if it's working for you. In cases of it happening with no ill effects, yeah, I mean, obviously, people are going to rinse it and it's going to be fine. If you have a really seasoned tank, it's not going to hurt probably anything to lose beneficial bacteria in your sponge. Like this tank in the background here, it wouldn't hurt it at all if I lost, because I have sponges in the sump. It wouldn't affect this tank at all if I lost all the bacteria on the sponge. They are Australian fish. Correlation does not imply causation. Show us the fish. I was looking for actual data to see how long it would take for chlorine tap water to kill bacteria. Yeah, Dan, I don't know of any like specific scientific studies on that as far as how long it takes. Do I play LOL? Nope. Depends on how much they sell them for. What time, Susan? D, I would check out her channel. But honestly, it seems like she's always live streaming. Life with Pets says, good night, guys. It's late here. Good night, Life with Pets. Thanks for stopping by. Let's buy Bob a pizza tonight. Yeah, I could go for a pizza right about now. Let's see. So apparently, Dan Lee, it depends on what type of bacteria. So there is definitely a long list of bacteria and how long it takes to kill it with chlorine. So I bet with just a bit of searching, you could probably find it, because there's lots of search results coming up. Anyways. What's the orange fish on the top right? Somebody said it earlier. Hopefully they're still here and they can say it again. Possibly, is there a possibility of new fish keepers in the hobby here? So even bring that up or question it means less people could potentially be in the hobby. Oh man, it keeps scrolling. I keep getting notifications for this stream. Well, that's because you need to keep watching. What is the one fish you would want to keep currently that isn't practical? Probably the black nasty cichlid. It's like a Haitiensis or something like that. Central American, I think. But the black nasty cichlid, because they're nasty. Maybe if I had a job. Could it potentially be that a non-total lethal dose of chlorine just wipes out the weaker bacteria, similar to mechanical action in a coldness filter? I don't know. I'm over it. Do you add calcium to your shrimp tanks? Nope. I do not. What do I do when I have a baby angelfish that are dying for no reason? I tried all the chemicals and everything for them, I'm assuming, and they're still dying. What do I do? All your baby angelfish are dying for no reason. Well, you're asking someone that's never raised angelfish fry, but chemicals are probably not the answer. Here for the dogs, temperature range of rainbow shiners. I keep mine in the low 70s. They're definitely a colder water species. Lloyd Parsons, I don't know what to do about your baby angelfish. What are your water parameters? What are you feeding them? I think we need more information. Timothy says, I'd like to start streaming my fish tank room and talk, but I don't want to do it at the same time as others. Is there a list? No. There's no list of everyone's schedule. That would make it a lot easier. Favorite pizza topping is pepperoni. Can I feed my guppies cucumber? You can try. It wouldn't hurt. I need my own pizza. Sorry, Steen. Pineapple. Gross. Still talking about that. I'm done talking about that. Pineapple on pizza or no? Absolutely not. Pineapple is disgusting. Short and anxious. I usually just use the water I pull out from PWC. How dare you say that, Jim? Gross. I'm missing a lot of conversations right now. I'm totally kicking myself for not buying a waterproof camera now. I think he left a while ago, Jim. Oh, now Reef and Live Bear Aquatics is here. After we talk about saltwater for an hour. Jay has a question. My crypt Wendetii green stays small and shoots out small leaves without the wrinkles. How do I get them to shoot out larger leaves with the wrinkles like yours? Oh, man. So there's so many variations that goes into how a crypt grows that I don't even know. Like this plant right here grows completely different in a different tank that I have. So I wish I knew, my friend. I wish I knew. I don't know, Shimmy. I think he left a while ago, Jim. What was he asking? Where's Charles Fish Tanks? I know. We need Charles Fish Tanks for this angelfish question. He said he was busy. I'm totally kicking myself. Yep, I can't. I'm busy short. Have you or do you plan on getting freshwater rays at all, Steen? No plans for freshwater stingrays. Because I don't have room for a big enough tank for them. Sam asks, have you ever bred apistos? I have. I have bred apistos. I think there's a video of it if you go back far enough on my YouTube. Like an old video. No talking, no nothing. Just a video of apisto in their fry. I think. Brendan says, night Bob, night Brendan. I think all cans are waterproof. Do you think, okay, Bob says, do you think there's room in my 29 gallon for more fish? If there is, any recommendations? I have 2 red-breasted acaras, 4 rosy barbs, 8 ruby barbs, 1 giant yo-yo loach, 1 gara rufa, 2 gold mycist, and 2, I'm assuming bristlenose plecos? I don't know if you have room for anything else in there. That seems like a lot. Andrew says, kill one, keep one, breed one challenge. I did that last week. I don't want to do it every week. Sorry, man. Alright, I'm starting to test the water. Watch it still be 000. And I just scrolled past everyone's comments. Andrew Lee says, Steen, sorry I'm late. Hey, better late than never. Okay, here we go. Have I ever had a ghost knife fish? Nope, but I think they're awesome. I've just never kept one yet. So Sam says, in regards to the angelfish fry dying, he says when his started dying off, he would do extra water changes. Dan Lee says, hey Steen, how long are the lights on for your tanks? They all vary, normally about 8 to 10 hours though. Island Queen, when are you making a video? There's a lot of unknowns for the angelfish question. How many in the tank? What size tank? Yeah. Yep. Colin says, check out AQ Advisor. Put your info in there and it will tell you, Bob. It does give you a rough estimate if you go to AQ Advisor and put in your tank size and all your stocking. In your opinion, what's the most beautiful fish? That's another question that it's impossible to narrow down. I'm shopping for fish supplies and saw this live stream. Just stop by to say hi and see what's happening. Awesome. I'm curious what kind of fish supplies you're getting, Island Queen. Joel says, non-talking vids are the worst. I don't think that's true. Lloyd, what do you feed your angels? What method of water maintenance do you do? And what temp of your tank? Here we go. Steenfott Aquatics, thanks for letting us know about the tinned green beans. The fish love them and it's so easy to feed. Yeah, canned green beans, everything eats them. Even my cichlids go crazy for them. My rainbow fish love them. V-Stag says hit V-Stag. I thought V-Stag was a moderator. Weren't you a moderator, V-Stag? How come you're not a moderator? I'm confused. Is that the real V-Stag? I don't know. What is your dream fish you want to keep someday? Right now, I want to keep the Benthochromis tricotti. Ever heard of clown loaches taking bites out of fish when they get hungry? I think mine are, if I don't feed them 3 times a day. Yeah, you gotta feed them a ton. Someday I want to keep a whale. I kept a whale. A baby whale. You have to wait for your 10 gallon to be cycled. Bob says, have you ever kept any fish in the Gara genus? I almost got a panda Gara once, but that's about as close to it as I've ever come. Bye guys, love your channel, Steenfott. Thanks for stopping by. Glad you had time to hang out with us for a little bit. Let's talk about saltwater again. Nah. We should get back to the Betta in the room. Well, the light just turned off, so I can't even show it right now. Colin says, I vote for saltwater again. Hey, you're more than welcome to talk about it. I just know nothing about it. I wouldn't say nothing, but... what are some common mistakes in setting up a shrimp tank? Adding shrimp way too soon. Non-talking vid plus beer plus pizza. Happy D. D from Brooklyn. I must be testing wrong or something. It was that rage you went into V-Stag. Oh yeah, V-Stag. Did he answer? V-Stag, yes, my wrench went away. Oh, that must be when I demodded everyone. Okay. Yeah, I took away moderator from everyone a couple weeks ago. I've slowly been adding everyone back. What do you do if the wood in your aquarium keeps floating to the surface? Do I weigh it down with rocks? Yep, that's what I do, Nina. Favorite Corydora species? Probably the Lore toensis is one of them. The CW111 is another one, I think. CW111 Corydoras. Yes, the CW111. I don't know if it has a common name, but CW111. Definitely one of my favorites. Well, apparently I'm skipping to the bottom. Colin says, by the way, I just found this channel. Love the live stream chat thing. Awesome. Gonna get a pond. Probably when I buy a house. 8:22. Alright, guys. It is intermission time. Intermission time. I'll be right back. Okie dokie. Where am I at? Here I am. Of course, I didn't stop the chat, so now I missed everything. 39-gallon with about 60 to 70 baby angels. Holy cow. How often? Andrew says, how often do I sell from my for-profit tank? Probably about every 2 weeks-ish. Maybe 3 weeks. Timothy says, my power filter broke. I got a new one coming. Are my fish going to be okay? If your tank has been set up for a long time, you're probably going to be okay, but I would still do water changes. Oh, well, I can't wait for those notes. That was smooth as dogs. Did you see my forum post, Andrew Lee? Pizza came. No, no pizza. What's going on? Did Bob leave? Yep, I came back. Oh my gosh. Please stay tuned and listen to. What is a golden cichlid-like fish in the tank behind you? I know it's not, but it also looks like an earth eater mixed with a yellow lab. Maybe you're talking about the Guyanacara. That's a mystery species, but it is a Guyanacara, and I don't know what type. Guyanacara. Bob, I'm just stocking up on meds, food, plants, guppy, and angelfish. Yep, I'm going to be restocking on meds. Matter of fact, I got them in my cart at Aquarium Co-op, but it's like $200, so they've been in my cart for like 3 days. I just haven't pulled the trigger because it's $200. What's a good substrate to use? Caroline, it depends on what you're doing, really. What fish? Are you going to have plants? Things like that. My girlfriend loves you. Keep up with the good content. Awesome. Bob, do you run CO2 in your planet tanks? I run CO2 in one of my planet tanks. And that's only because I have it. If I didn't have CO2, I wouldn't run it. Pool filter sand substrate. Well, what's a good substrate to use for a planet tank? Caroline Eco Complete is one of my favorite. That's what's up. I'm in Utah. Cole Schramm is here. Now you're going to get him started, Flynn. Oh, what did Flynn say? Have you had problems with Aquarium hang-on backs just dying randomly all the time? Happened to me the other day, and so I'm looking for another filter. Yep. Aquarium hang-on backs. All hang-on backs. Garbage. Garbage, garbage, garbage. Just get a sponge filter. I think you should get some Panagaras. I do too. I have a Gara Ruffa right now, and he's a hoot. Yeah, I know it was pretty tempting to get some when they were at my local fish store. Joel says, Neon Tetra breeding help, please. I would say go to Ted Judy's channel and look for his videos about egg scattering. What fish should I keep in my AquaClear 110 filter? I would keep shrimp. Cincy Aquatics says, I'm off to get off to bed. Good night, guys. Thanks for stopping by, Cincy. Flynn Flam. Okay, gotta go, everyone. Have a good night. Have a great night. Thank you, Flynn. All of the cool ones. Hey, Steen, next time your hang-on back dies, try moving the intake tube to the side and flicking the impeller. Oh yeah, I've done that. Yep. I know all the tricks. I've been able to keep them alive for a while, but they just suck. When is your next live video? My next scheduled one is Saturday at 5 o'clock Pacific, but I might throw in a few extra here and there. Sand, not tank. I'm not thinking straight. Sponge on the intake. Jennifer says, what's the smallest Julidochromis species? I don't think I know that. They all the ones I've kept are always around the same size. Neon Tetra eggs are light sensitive. They need to be kept in the dark till they hatch. X Night Flynn. I wonder if we can just find out real quick. What are the smallest Julidochromis? Julidochromis transcriptus gumbi. There you go. Julidochromis transcriptus or Julidochromis ornatus, smallest species. Bob's tainted me. I ordered albino Julidochromis for myself this week. There you go. Getting back into cichlids. Do you raise any live food for your fish? Just micro worms every once in a while. Aquarium Co-op, are we getting a video? I can guarantee it. I did use cycled media and added a bunch of food, no ammonia or any readings. Everbred electric blue acara. I've never even kept electric blue acara. The albinos are super cool. I gotta Google them. Yeah, those are pretty nice looking fish. Tomorrow's video is about TDS meters, surely to upset the internet gods. Uh-oh. Always causing problems, this one. How bought the sea monkeys? Gotta get those little brine shrimp. Longfin albino pleco, can't get them to breed. How's the puppy doing, Bob? How's the puppy dog doing, Bob? Doing excellent. She is doing great. How do you raise micro worms? So what is it? What do I use? That crap that they put in bread, water, and Gosh, what am I thinking about? Oatmeal. Oatmeal, that's it. I know that's not very descriptive. How do you raise a Daphnia culture? I have no idea, Tommy. Never done it. But you can go to Aquarium Co-op's YouTube and look at his Daphnia culture. What do you think about trumpet snails in a planted tank? I really don't have a problem with any snails in my planted tanks. Yeast. Yes, that's it. Yeast, oatmeal, and water. That's all I use. Liquid test kit. Well, your liquid test kit's probably broken. Do you have any more info? Already watched Ted Judy's video. Not much help. Well, he knows way more than I do, so if he couldn't help you, I surely can't. I don't mean to say that to sound rude. I'm just saying Ted is way better at raising egg scatters than I am. So, yeast, water, oatmeal, or cream of wheat. Yep. The notes, babies. You don't need anything but heat, plants, and Java moss. My yo-yo Boshia says, I can't own snails or shrimp. Sad face. Yep. That's true. Koi and fish. Koi and fish. I want some keyhole cichlids in my 55-gallon tank. How many can I keep? I don't know. It kind of depends on what else you have in there, but you could probably start off with 6. That's what I'd start out with. Enter name here. Star Wars or Star Trek? Star Wars. The first 3 Star Wars. Not all this new crap they're putting out. Here for the Dog says, are you a fan of African bulbitis? Yes. I love all bulbitis. Yes, I am. Yes, in little Tupperware. Still getting all zeros, huh? Think you need a new test kit. Five to 6 pH, complete darkness. Put the tank in the closet. There you go. I need to try out live brine. I find it fascinating how eggs lay dormant for so long. I don't have any interest in live brine trip, and it seems like a pain in the butt. I would get water from your Endler tank and use that water. Short and Anxious is back. So sorry, had to take a break from Bob. Back to questions. By the way, I finally got some bulbitis up on the website. Need to get it into a category though. So there you go. You can buy some bulbitis on the website. You can use Big Steen. Let's see. I did a good job. Yeah. I agree, Short and Anxious. I agree. Back to Aquarium Co-op's website. I'm going to check out this bulbitis real quick. Hopefully I can just search for it since it's not a category. Oh yeah, there it is right there. Get it now for the hot low price of $13.50 with the Big Steen promo code. Seems like a pretty good chunk of it too. Normally when I buy bulbitis, it's like a little rhizome and I get pissed off. Every time. Put bulbitis in easy beginner category? Yeah. Super easy. Feeding live brine shrimp is the best and entertaining to watch. Yeah, I believe it. Also, Daphnia and scuds. Mosquito larva is another fun one. KP Aquarium says, Corey, thank you for the easy green. Anyone have any experience with twig catfish? I'm thinking about getting one, but I don't know much about them. Island Queen, I kept one. And it's really no different than keeping like bristlenose plecos, just make sure you have plenty of food for them. Bob, you should sell me some of your cherry shrimp. I could if you're local. I'm not going to ship them though. When can we expect another unboxing video? From me or from Corey? I don't plan on ordering anything for a long time that would require an unboxing. KG Cichlids, I do have brine shrimp raising kits on the website. Joel, I had success breeding certain tetras in heavily tan and stained water. I've heard rummy nose tetras have trouble keeping. Boy, I'm just butchering this whole paragraph. I've heard rummy nose tetras have trouble breeding if kept in high DH, but not sure of others. Thanks for the greasy What? Todd J says, is Dak Prescott better than Russell Wilson? Not yet. Island Queen, yeah, they're pretty easy to take care of. You just gotta make sure you have food for them. So really no different than any other pleco. Honestly, I have no experience with not those, but still talking about killifish. I mean, a cone kit like you have comes with a flashlight too, Corey. Would you prefer your tap water was liquid rock? Would you prefer if my tap water? Yeah, absolutely I would. Where's your wrench, Joel? Joel's never had a wrench. Hey, I would like to make a shout out to my 2 albino Cory catfish that I love, Miko and Juju. Just picked up some pea puffers over the weekend. Little guys are cute. They're angry, but they're cute. Bulbitis sounds like a disease. How about them Patriots can't stop watching game highlights? That was a pretty exciting game for sure. What are some of your favorite fish from each continent? Rainbows, Cyprichromis, Apistos, Darters. I don't know. That's all I got for you. The Pats cheated. I think they all cheat. I think the Pats just got caught. But they all cheat. Don't kid yourself. Every team cheats. Joel says, I haven't modded this channel before. Oh, here come all the Patriots people. Have you ever thrown an earthworm from outside your home into your cichlid tank? No, I would never do that. Bob getting hammered by chat on Monday. No, actually it's kind of calmed down a little bit. There was almost 200 people in here and it was going pretty good. Which would I rather keep, a stingray or an arowana? A stingray. What the heck is that popping sound? I don't know. Maybe your speakers? Or your speakers blown? I think I just came down with bulbitis. Can you name some of the fish behind you? Yep. So there's black neon tetra, there's drapefin barbs, there's cherry barbs, there's Snapper Creek rainbows, there's Guyana cara, there's a Pistogramma huskar, there's a Siamese algae eater, there's bristlenose plecos. And that might be all. No, I hear the popping sound too. I'll stop. What popping? I don't hear anything. Yeah, see? I knew it wasn't me. I never knew teams manage game balls until Deflategate. Yeah, you're just asking for people to cheat. Like, the NFL is so corrupt it doesn't even matter. Who cares? Pop is here. Sounds like a chat bubble alert. Check your phone. What kind of Apistos do you keep? Jenna, right now I have a Pistogramma Huskar, a few odds and ends, like I have a male orange flash, I have a female bench eye. That actually might be it. Although, I might get some tomorrow. Of course, I said that 2 weeks ago, and then I ended up not getting any. Can you put pea puffer with cherry shrimp? Fishy man, they'll probably kill them just because they're angry. I want Taco Bell. Ugh. Would I ever keep a tiger loach species tank? No. And it has nothing to do with tiger loaches. I normally just don't keep species tanks. They all cheat. Who cares? The losing team does. Well, they should learn to cheat better because they're cheating too. They're just not doing it as good. Someone is behind the camera popping. No, it's just a stupid thing. See this? Put finger in here. Pop. Hey guys, my auto has sunken in eyes. What can I do? I don't know that I've ever seen that in a fish. Seen it in reptiles a lot. Have you ever kept Crebensis cichlids? Yeah. So at the time this video was shot, there was not Crebensis in there, but now there are. There's one pair of Taniotis Maruku or something like that. Joel on vacation and he chooses to watch Steen. He went on vacation specifically so he could watch Steen. Eli says, missed out on a free 240 gallon off Craigslist the other day. Also saw a dude giving away a fish store and a storage unit on Craigslist too. Oh, that's too bad. Brian says, have you had good luck breeding rainbow fish? If so, which... Brian, I've never given it a serious attempt. That's the level of dedication I have. Yep. My mom told me she's sick of my fish and that I can't have any more fish tanks. I only have 4. 2 to still set up. Just keep getting them. That's what I would do. Can you put 6 Raminos Tetra in a 20 gallon? Where did that go? 20 gallon with 4 female bettas? Maybe. They're pretty fast, so you might be able to get away with it. Would you ever keep native fish like bluegill or sunfish? Full productions, I have pygmy sunfish right now as we speak downstairs in one of my aquariums. Fish in the corner. Oh, Tanner says, hey Corey from Aquarium Co-op. Hello, Corey. Fish in the corner. Hi guys, sorry, a little late. Finally setting up my fish corner. So excited. Also, be sure to check out my videos on it coming out soon. Thank you guys. I know I have 21 subscribers. I now have 21 subscribers. Fish in a corner, starting his fish channel. Always exciting. Oh, Jessica, I just scrolled past it. If you overfilter a tank, does it mean you can have more fish than you would without the overfiltration? I bet a lot of people would say yes. But to me, overfiltration just means you have more water flow, really. I mean, I don't know. In your opinion, what's the best brand medicine for internal parasites for fish that won't eat? The only medication I use is General Cure, erythromycin, and that's it. Aquarium Co-op, think it's down to my test kit giving me the wonky readings. Ever kept Paradise Gourami? Nope, I've never kept any Gourami here for the dogs. Give your mom a big hug and show her your new tank. Maybe chuck in a rotting something. What? I don't know what you guys are talking about. Favorite strain of swordtails? I don't know. I'm not a big swordtail guy, to be honest. Which means I don't have a favorite strain. Short and anxious. How many keyhole cichlids for a 55 gallon? We already answered that. Already answered. But I would start with 6. Were the fish bad? Were they in the corner? Ha ha ha. I want to say don't worry about it, but I don't know. For all my fry. Okay, still talking to each other. Where the salt tank still sitting on the floor. Corey strips. Colin says for overfiltration you can keep slightly more fish, but I suggest being pretty experienced so you know what signs to look for if it gets to be too much. After hearing about Corey's tank exploding, I'm scared to get the second-hand tanks that are over 100 gallons. Yep, I won't do it. Unless it's acrylic. Acrylic is really easy, but glass is a pain in the butt. I'm freaking terrified. Where did that go? Dang it, Joel. I'm freaking terrified. It's happening now while I'm away. Yep, your tank is burst. My salt and pepper laid eggs in the glass. The Daniels got to them and ate them, I think. If she laid eggs once, do you think she will lay eggs again? Yeah, Jessica, if you don't change anything, you'll probably get eggs again. What do I do if my other tank I have, a 46 gallon, and it got all kinds of green algae on it? How do I get rid of it? Well, first you need to identify what type of algae it is. And then once you know what type of algae it is, then you can start working on getting rid of it. But most of the time, just doing more water changes. Lloyd, what you're going to want to do is Google like aquarium algae or types of algae in aquarium, and it'll show you all kinds of diagrams so you can find out what kind of algae you have and what causes it. Have you ever heard of or kept sculpin? I've heard of them, but I have not kept them. They're newly discovered fish and I love them. They adapt so quickly in their tanks, but a bit tricky to keep. You should try them. I don't know that I would ever try them, but they are cool. Okay. That's starting to get annoying. Here we go. If you discover a new species of rainbow, what would you name it? I would name it Bob. Melanotania Bob. Abby says, what other fish can you have with a pea puffer? I don't know. If I had pea puffer, I would only keep pea puffers with it. Wow, yeah, okay, Okay, please acknowledge that you look like a fire eel. Okay. How many fish in the tank behind you? Probably 70-ish. How many cherry shrimp should I start in a 10-gallon if I wanted to start breeding? Also, if I had to do the least possible amount, what would that be, hypothetically? Hope to buy from LR Brett's. Well, the least possible amount would be 1 male and 1 female. I mean, really, that's all it takes. Okay, didn't hear you, Bob. I'm getting so used to your voice lately. It's like white noise. Thank you for subscribing, Island Queen. How many Frontosa and Calvis in a 135 gallon? Not very many. That's kind of small. For Frontosas get huge. Steen, what is the oldest fish you currently own? I have no way of knowing the age of my fish. I could tell you how long I've had fish, but I have no idea how old they are. Got the Guntherite, they were due yesterday, no hatch. Bob, any plans yet for the 120 gallon you got from PetSmart during the special? Jay, I don't know. I still might sell it. Because it's still a marine land, and I don't know that I trust it, because marine land sucks. So I haven't decided if I want to keep it or if I want to sell it. Carter Saunders says, picking up some rainbows for my 75 gallon. Any you've had luck with are Well, I've had luck with all rainbows. Rainbows are easy to keep. What are my favorite? Bosemani, Parkinsoni. Those are probably my top 2 of kinds that you're going to find in fish stores. Jenna Tucker, that's what I'm saying. I'm 20 years old, in college. It's not like I'm doing drugs, drinking, and partying. I'm taking care of my fish and doing my homework. Well, here's what you do, Caroline. You start doing drugs, you start drinking, and you start partying. And then you can say, well, if I can have 8 more fish tanks, I would quit all this. So try going at it that way. See if that works. I was kind of curious how your mixed pleco tank is going. Do you think they will breed in there? Maybe eventually. I think it's still kind of a new setup, and they're still figuring out territories. But I think eventually, definitely the butterfly plecos will breed, and probably the snowball plecos. I have a Betta, 4 endlers, and 5 platies in an auto and a 16-gallon. What other fish could I add if I sell or give away my platies? If it was me, I would get more endlers. I'm not here sure, Bob. The 240 you got from Corey. What about it? Did I miss a question? I'm not sure. Don't worry, Short. I'm here. Of course, I just scrolled past a million comments. Hi, Bob. How did the tank behind you carpet crypts? Did they just buy that many, or do they... I bought most of these. They're starting to spread now, but I bought... I don't know. I don't even know how many I bought. I bought 50 crypt Wendetii, or no, 50 crypt Lutea, and then a couple of the other types. So most of the ones I bought were crypt Lutea. But they are starting to spread now. That looked like, what are the watts per gallon? I have no idea what the wattage per gallon. I don't even know what wattage the lights on here are. They're just 2 shop lights, and it's a 75-gallon. Vizio aquariums are a good brand. Mine has a 10-year warranty. Mod squad check. My battery is low. I need others to help with questions. Jenny Foe, I don't skip any of the ads on your videos. Does that help you? I think so, but I don't know exactly how it works, but I'm pretty sure that helps me. So thank you. Do you ever build your own aquariums? Nope, Nina, I haven't built one yet. Weird, I wonder if the reagents got too hot. Could be. Oh, it looks like I scrolled up too far. Hey, I'm back to the bottom, I think. Braden's Bettas. Did I miss a question? Burning Fira says, accordion to scientific studies, 90% of people didn't read. Yep. Hi, Caroline. Hi, Caroline. Would one Phoenix Planet Plus be good enough for a 75-gallon? For low lights, yes, it would be. But if you wanted to do highlight, you're probably going to need 2 of them. How do I get rid of blackbeard algae from crypts? Water flow. Blackbeard algae hates flow. If you can get away with the mono shrimp, they'll pick at it. James says, Bob, I'm looking at a 300-gallon acrylic tank on Craigslist. Tank is 10 years old, but otherwise in good condition. Should I be worried? even if you are worried, you can just get, I forget what it's called, but you can easily, man, I have some somewhere. Well, for one, I wouldn't be too worried as long as the seams look okay. But there's, I forget what it's called, but there's stuff that you can put like along the corners. It's like acrylic cement or something like that. I forget. Sorry, James. But I wouldn't be too worried about it as long as if it's in good condition, then it was probably taken care of. What do you think about Eco Complete, Omar? I like it a lot. Here for the dogs. Do all lake tang cichlids have slow growth rates? Yep. All the ones I've ever kept. Nina, glass tanks are usually 10 years and seems have to be redone. How much did the tank behind you cost? It's just a 75-gallon tank. I think it was $129 or something like that. Nice packaging, doesn't matter much as huge amounts of insulation. Well, maybe you can find Siamese algae eaters. My Siamese algae eaters have never touched Blackbeard algae. Bob, do you like my new logo? It's custom. It's hard to see right now because it's so small, but let me go to your channel. I think Aquarium of Cichlids. So the first part of Aquarium and the first part of Cichlids is cut off. At least for me. So I think it looks good, but you need to like make sure all words are in your logo. But yeah, it looks good otherwise. Thanks for the answer, Bob. When do yours expire? Yeah, they're still talking. It's not there yet. Dang, I'll fix that. Yeah. So you can kind of see it in the live chat, like right here. Only like half the words are coming in. Yeah, I'm going to add a power head. Yeah, Blackbeard algae doesn't like water flow at all. D Bachelor's Planet Aquarium. Hello, everyone. He's just in time to watch me sign off. Will my Betta eat my baby snails? Mine doesn't. Bracken, then you don't actually have SAEs. Yes, I do, because they eat BBA like crazy. Mine don't. Hello. Hello, Koi. Got all these new people, and I'm about to sign out. Yeah, I think so. I think it's dinner time for me. I've been going at it for 2 hours, so thank you everyone for stopping by. It was a lot of fun, like always. I'll definitely be back. Saturday is the drawing for the prizes, so that'll start at 5 o'clock Pacific, 5 p.m. Pacific this Saturday for all my prizes. And don't forget, Big Steen, 10% off at Aquarium Co-op. And I think that's all that's going on right now. Yep. So everyone come back on Saturday, see if you win something. See ya.